Hello, 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 and welcome back to our channel, everyone. And if you are new here, I would like to welcome you to our family. And today, I want to apologize firsthand for the glare in my glasses, and I promise throughout the video I won't have them on because I am going to be sitting and just rambling, telling you guys a petty story time, talking about just different things regarding our channel and where it's going to go in the next couple months, just over the winter. It's 30 degrees out, so I do want to warn you that there are some wind sounds, some background noises. My cat might be meowing. He stays with me in the room during the day, unless I'm not in the room. He just lives under the bed, but it kind of gives like nostalgic ASMR vibes from when everybody had a really crappy webcam camera and a really lo-fi mic. So I hope you dig this. And my skin is ridiculous. I actually sat, there he is. Come here, Munchin. Come here. I'll show you guys Munchin. He has a tiger shave on him, so come here. Come here. I don't know if you can see him. Come here, puppet. He's gonna, there he is. He's just a little floof. Okay. But anyway, so I've got my makeup here. I've got my makeup mirror right here propped up on a djembe drum, djembe drum. Let's see if we can still hear it. Very little. But you gotta lay down because you're a floof. Mommy can't help you right now. You're helpless. You're small and helpless. He just wants pet. So we're gonna be petting my cat and doing our makeup. Might be able to hear him purring because he's near the mic. So basically regarding the channel, oh, and by the way, this video is not sponsored, but I'm sitting on a mattress by a brand called Nightsley, which I will get into later. I have a 3-minute clip of me just talking about the mattress, which I'm very honored that anybody sent me a mattress, but we'll get into that. So, I really want to start getting on a schedule for our channel. I feel like as somebody who watched Minx Laura forever, she posted every single day, and then there'd be like one day when she didn't post, and I would be like, oh my god, like what am I gonna do without her? And then I'd wonder, you know, days when she would post, and it was just bad. Not because of her, just because, you know, I'm attached and Munchkin's sniffing the mic. I'll show you guys what products I'm using. This is like my natural makeup routine. Get off of that, Munchin. So I just want to get on a schedule, and I think that the upload days from here on out are going to be Monday, my god, Wednesdays and Fridays. So the first product I'm going to be using is the Professional Pore Primer. It's by Benefit. I think there's a cat at my door, outside my door. So this video might cut out, might. And I just, it's like that Vine, it's like 2 shots of vodka, and there's just, well, the cap's on the floor, and I'm just not getting it, so. There's just too much primer here, but I just dab it here. I'm looking in the viewfinder, I should be looking in the mirror, so that's what I'm going to be doing. Here. I just dab it all over my face, really. Stipple. My Botox is wearing off, so my skin's kind of sagging. And I'm a smoker still, which is not good because the Botox is kind of masking the lines already, so I really don't know, you know what I mean, if things are getting worse, so. Now, I'm going to let that set for a minute and show you guys which foundation brush I use. And I'm going to be completely honest with you, I don't use these products by choice. Like, these products are just what's best for my skin. Come here, Munchin Man. Well, come here. This is the Kat Von D foundation brush in the number 10. It's for the Kat Von D Lock-It foundation in the shade Light 44 Cool. And after I get sushi, I'm actually going to get another brow pencil and foundation. Munchkin, I'm gonna take you out of the room because you just keep meowing. Literally, he's just sitting there just staring at the wall meowing. Like, my husband thinks there's something wrong with him mentally, and I'm just like, but he's my boy. So, and all I do is just put a little bit on the back of my hand. And then I dab here, I dab here. Usually I'll just like slap it on there. I put a little bit more often. A little bit down here, up on the forehead. Do you want out, bitty boy? I'm gonna let him out in a minute. I put some down here to be able to blend. That was my problem yesterday, and it often becomes a problem is I don't blend correctly. So it like gets real splotchy down here. So I highly recommend being very careful with that. I don't do my makeup like professionals, like, you know what I mean? In fact, there's not even a lot of foundation on my face, so I'm going to just put a small, teeny little dab more. But yeah, Munchkin, he's meowing to get out, I think, because usually I'll take an hour nap in the day, and he sleeps under the blankets with me. So I'm going to put a little bit more right here, a little bit more right here, a little bit more on my nose, down here, and then just, like, I gotta get straight to blending or else, again, it splotches, so I'm just wiping this. Again, I'm not professional, and this is dirty from last night, so, and then I just blend. Get real close up to the mirror here, because I can't afford to break my face again. I'm being super rough, so go easy on me. Usually I'm very gentle when I'm taking my time, but I'm just kind of trying to get ready for sushi here. So anyway, my story time yesterday was about a family member of mine. I'm not going to say who it is because if you're new here, let's just say it's somebody who is in my husband's family and feels like they have rights to partial custody of my kids. Because if you're not familiar with my story, in 2015, I was a very, very bad person because my father had just died. This actually was in 2014, but everything started happening in June 2014, 2 months after my dad died, up until May of 2015, and my children were removed from my care. There was never any physical violence. It was neglect. It was pure not paying attention to my kids, handing them off to other family members, which were not her. And eventually, my husband and I got into a fight, and the family had been watching us for a while, and that was the perfect opportunity to call Child Protective Services. But where we're from, it's called CYS. So my kids were removed from our care. It took 2 years to get them back because in the state of Pennsylvania, they're one of the hardest states to have children returned to the families. In fact, if you look at the statistics, the children returned to the families. Oh, just destroy the carpet, it's fine. I don't have to pay a security deposit, Munchkin. But anyway, the children returned to the families are just, one and none. It never happens. And we were a very, very big success story, and they use our story often in courts and custody conferences and things like that, which I'm very proud of. I'm not proud of losing my kids, but I'm proud that I changed as a person. So during the time that my kids were gone, I'm literally blending ridiculous. This is not how I do it. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But long story short, whenever our kids were first removed, they were given to this woman for 6 months. It was actually a little bit before 6 months. It was from July up until late November, which is a little under 5 months, but don't take my word for that. So anyway, My husband and I did not like our kids with her, but they were the only people at the time who would take them. And if they didn't take the kids, they would go in foster care until we got them back. And we didn't want our kids, especially at that young, vulnerable age, going with somebody who they didn't know. And, you know, they were fine until, you know, we found out some things were going on in the house. They tortured us. They wouldn't let us talk to our own kids on Christmas. My husband, I rarely have ever seen him cry. In fact, to save time, I will post the YouNow link down below about everything that happened if you guys want to listen to that story. My husband talks about his childhood experiences with this person, the abuse that he suffered from them, and everything else. We found out that they were punishing my son by holding him down like this and not allowing him to move. And so one day my husband, whenever this person started talking to my husband again and giving him a chance, because they were really overwhelmed having our kids with them, my husband would come over and watch them. I wasn't allowed. They refused to give me visits. And my husband turned on his iPad and recorded her in the house without her knowing, which was not illegal. And she had said that she was selling her pain pills, and we went to court. It was our 3-month court date, and the judge said get them out of her care immediately. So that day, she filed an appeal with the judge stating that the judge's decision was wrong. So let's fast forward to 2 years later when we get our kids back. This person hasn't seen the kids for months, and we decided to give them another chance and I'm just going to say her or them or they, let them see. Oh, I'm using the Boeing by Benefit Brightening Concealer here. I paid like a lot of money to get my under eyes filled, and unfortunately getting your under eyes filled unless I have surgery will not 100% take the bags away. In fact, there's a surgery now where they cut into your eyelid and pull fat down to fill the bags. But this used to be called Benefits Erased Paste, and it's in the number 1. I think that it used to have a different name to it. But anyway, when we started letting her see them again in 2017, this lasted up until March, and one day, this is such a long story. I've had this for like 5 years, or not 5 years, like 4 years. It's the Master Conceal by Maybelline, 3 years maybe, and I just never changed it because this product's so good. I don't even know if they make it anymore. But I know I'm just gonna give myself an eye infection. But so one day, my kids, you know, come back and, or no, I'm sorry. Well, yeah, they come back. She was dropping them off, and she comes running out of the car, and she's like, "Oh my God, Victor, Sarah, I had to take your kids to CYS today." And immediately we were like, red flags. We're like, what did you just say? Like, our kids, you know, have been in our care for 6 months without CYS. What are you talking about? And she said, "Oh, Satori had a diaper rash, and they had bites all over them." And we're like, what are you talking about? Turns out she took my kids up to their pediatrics office, signed in as our mother-in-law's name, lied. We have it all on video. And then she went to the court and filed for partial custody of my kids. I am telling you that there is no backstory on this. This is what she did. Like, that's how crazy it is. Like, you're like, what? Yes, this woman had a visit with our kids one weekend. Took our kids, drove them from our house straight to Children and Youth's office, and then from Children and Youth's office, after making a report, to our old caseworker, to the court to try to file for custody. No shit. So our caseworker called, who was our previous caseworker, and she was so nice. She was the one who, like, helped us get our kids back. And she was like, "I'm just letting you know that your mother-in-law stopped here." So then this person says, "Oh, but I didn't. I called. I didn't stop there in person." She lied. I swear to you, this person lied so ridiculously. And then she went and filed custody, and we didn't know about the custody until months later. So that was the last time she saw the kids. We were like, oh wait, oops. Wait, I'm going too fast. Hold on. So I'm going to be using, I talk so much shit on this product. I hate this product, but I use it. If they would just make a different way to put it on. This is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion Anti-Aging, because they didn't have the original. But, so anyway, we were like, you know, why did you do this? Why are you doing this to us? Like, you just started seeing them again. So anyway, months later, we get a paper in the mail stating that she's suing us for full custody of our kids. The first judge said that she couldn't get, like, CYS never made a mistake back when of taking the kids off of her, like the judge. She appealed that and they denied her. So then she went for custody, and that we didn't know about. We just knew about the CYS thing, so we took the kids away from her, and she hasn't seen them since. It's been almost 2 years. In 5 months, it will be 2 years, so it's been technically 1.5 years since she's seen my kids. And since then, it's been just a ridiculous custody battle. The battle's been through 3 judges, Superior Court, and now she's appealing to try to go to Supreme Court, which Supreme Court rarely takes cases, but I can't really tell, you know, what she's gonna do or what's gonna happen. First off, she went and sued us for full custody. The judge ruled in our favor and said you absolutely 100% cannot file for full custody because she thought she had standing because there was some kind of delay put off, and in the time of that delay we got our kids back. So the judge ruled in our favor and shut her case down. So then she appealed it to another judge. I'm using the Bare Minerals. It's a translucent powder duo. I've had this for about 1 year now. I got it at TJ Maxx. It is the matte and glow. I've used all the glow side, and I just use the matte powder for eye powder. Sometimes I'll put it under my eye, or sometimes I'll put it like over down here so I don't get oil on my face, or up here so I don't get oil, and it turns out it just gives me more oil. So I put it under my eyes and my eyelids to create a base for the eyeshadow I'll be using. So moving on. Once the judge turned her over, then she went for partial custody. She wanted every other weekend with my kids for grand parental rights. They turned her over again. So the third time, now she's just going for visitation rights, and it went to Superior Court, and Superior Court denied her and sent it back. In fact, in the Superior Court papers, it said that this person said that we were caring for our kids just fine, and if this person really cared about our kids, they would leave us alone. So then now she's trying to appeal to, just picking boogers out of my eyes, she's just trying to appeal to Supreme Court now. Like, she's trying to take it that far. And I sat here yesterday for an hour crying and freaking out, like, just talking about, like, why is this person doing this to my family? Why won't she leave my kids alone? Like, turns out she told my mother, one of the very last times my mother spoke to her, she said that she was going to kidnap my kids. So basically, what I said was, there will never be a day that she will have my kids. It doesn't matter what the court rules. I will be in contempt of court, and I'm here admitting that on camera because she's dangerous for my kids. The things that we found out, she said that she was doing. Evil, evil person. Okay, so now that my face is done, we're gonna move on to just contouring. Sometimes I'll do my brows first and then contour. Sometimes I'll do contouring first. I used to, after I did my face, I would do my eyes like eyeshadow, but then I realized that my brows would match up with my shadow, and learned that if you do your brows first, you can easily just do the shadow with the brows. So I have hooded eyes, so I do everything like crease. I'm like picking in my eyes because there's just so many boogers in my eyes. I'm sorry, it's gross. Some people think that, like, picking your eyes is the same as picking your nose, and if that is it, then so be it. I don't pick my nose because I'll cut myself with my nails, so I guess the eyes are the next best thing. Yes, I blow into my brushes. I'm not concerned about, bacteria, whatever. I'm a trashy person. I have been a drug addict all my life, since I was, like, 17. I've been clean for years, but you get what I'm saying. Once a piece of trash, usually always a piece of trash. Luckily, my kids were, like, born of gold. It's like I'm garbage, and I produced, like, a solid piece of gold. You know what I mean? So I just take this brush. This is the only place I use this brush because I realized when I use it, it would brush contour everywhere, or bronze or whatever. So I'm just doing my forehead. And then I take just one of those stupid artisan brushes I used in the Beauty Guru roleplay, and I dab in there. And then I just do my nose. make 2 lines on my nose. You might not be able to see it. So moving on, I just spoke about how I don't understand why this person is so obsessed with my kids, and when they hear this person's name, they freak out and they're like, that person's a bad person, and they don't say it because we taught them to say it. Like, once my son started getting old enough, the last time that he came home, the day that she took them up there, he was crying and he said he didn't want to see her again. He's like, me no want to see so-and-so, me no see her, you know, things like that. And I don't know, it's just when they hear, first off, they don't even remember this person's husband. They don't know, and I'm happy for that because of the abuse apparently that they've been through regarding, you know, just certain things, punishments and everything like that. And apparently their excuse for that was they did it out of love and wanted to teach discipline so they wouldn't grow up like their parents, which is us. I found out the other day, my mother and I were having some peel and eat shrimp, and my mother told me that because my mother worked with this person to way back when. My mother and I had a horrible relationship. It was just bad. Everything was bad. My mother went to the lawyer's office with her, and she pulls out this manila envelope with a nude. My picture, my nude that was leaked, like this big. I know, Munchkin, it's crazy. Like this big. I'm not even kidding. And just showed it to her lawyer, and her lawyer's like, what the hell is this? And she tried to say that I was having like threesomes in my bed with my kids. I'm not even kidding you. The allegations that have been just proven false. There's one allegation that is extremely severe that I'm not even going to say it on camera, but you may or may not hear it, in that you now, yeah, you actually can. Just watch the video down below. Munchin, do you want out? Can you just wait till I finish? Come here. So now I just take this Morphe M459 brush, and I'm going to dub right here. And that looks a little dark. I'm doing my makeup in basically like broad daylight. And the problem with that is I don't know how dark I'm making it. So after it settles, it's not gonna look good. But anyway, so yeah, like, took my nudes. I don't know if you guys know about it, and I think I spoke about it. If you guys ever want to see the screenshot for the Craigslist ad that her and my stalker, yes, this person went to my stalker's house. They were all like having lunch together. I'm not even kidding. This person like wanted me dead for so long, and I don't even know why. Like, I'll never know why. So sorry, the 20% battery came on, and when that comes on, the mic will for some reason like skip. So, but towards the end I'm gonna put in that mattress review thing. It's like 3 minutes long. It's really soft whispering, so it's kind of a good way to end the video. But anyway, so I just don't understand why this person hates me. I've never done anything to this person. The theories out there are that the reason they hate me so bad is because they messed up so bad with their son that they don't like that somebody like me is loving them. In fact, you want to hear something so creepy? So I'm into BDSM a lot. It's one of my big things. And alright, I gotta let him out, you guys. Hold on 1 second. Okay, Munchin Man, you can go out. You can do it. Come on. You want to go out? Okay, bye, Munchin. Okay. So. Okay. So one day, my mother is having a conversation with this person, and she brings up. The person brings up this post of mine about BDSM, and she's like, I know Victor is not into BDSM. And my mother's like, how do you know that? Like, are you serious? So now I'm going to be doing my brows, or attempting to, because since I'm not in sunlight, it's a little bit harder. Since I'm not like in this light alone. This is the Anastasia Brow Wiz pencil in the color Soft Brown. I always end up doing it too bright, so I'm just gonna get real close here and just try my best. But yeah, like, there's a lot of theories out there why this person wants my kids so bad, why this person wants me to fail so bad. They almost had me killed with that Craigslist ad, and just a lot of very frightening situations that they put me through. And for what? I never fought back or did anything, and usually I'm a really salty, petty person, like, I'm not kidding. But anyway, they used all kinds of excuses to call CYS and try to make it so I couldn't get my kids back. Like, there's just so much stuff. And I'll never be able to understand, like, I'll never understand why this person hates me so much that they want me to, like, die. Like, no crap. Okay, that's gonna have to do. You guys probably can't see. This is all I have left in my brow pencil. Like, I have to get some new stuff today. But that's about it. That's my story time. This person's coming after me, like, so bad. And I'll never know why. I'll never understand why this person wants my kids. Some say it's because they messed up with their own kids, and they think that... I'm going to take my glasses off and get up really close so you're not going to see very much, but you can probably hear me in the mic. But I'll just never understand. You know? It's sad. It's scary. I am scared for my kids. Like, we have to tell my kids' schools about my stalker. We have to tell my kids' schools about this person. We had to send pictures in to the schools. Like, my daughter goes to a different preschool because the school doesn't offer pre-K. And they all have pictures of this person. You know, we have to be there immediately for my daughter, like, whenever school lets out at preschool, because usually there's like a 15-20 minute time frame you can come get your kids, and some parents wait. You know, our daughter stays an hour after school for number one, so I can get work done, and number two, so they can play with kids. My daughter's not very good in social interaction, so they have a person trying to help her with that. But it's nothing like a problem or anything. We just want to get her involved in some more, you know, some kids. And she's so independent, man. I'm telling you, like, the teacher tells us that she'll, like, tell a kid that she doesn't want to play with them. She'll be like, okay, you go sit down and I'll come over when I'm ready. She's like me. She just doesn't, she's just not the type of person. She just doesn't want, you know, people or kids or anything in her life. It's so cute. But, yeah, like, the schools know about this person. Like, it's so bad. And it's so scary, too. Like, it's unrealistic. And I fear, you know, let's say, for example, that the courts did give her my kids, like, to see. Let me tell you something that, back when we found out that she taught my son how to call her mommy in the time that the kids were with her, and I think that is beyond the most messed up thing that you could ever do to somebody. How are you going to teach a kid at such a young age, at such a vulnerable age, to call her mommy? Like, this person really thought that she was going to, like, keep my kids, whenever they were only in temporary custody with her at first. Like, how are you going to think that? Like, they built a deck for my kids. And don't get me wrong, like, there was a point, you know, that seemed all, like, happy, where they were just doing so well and they loved him so much. Like, she's a very manipulative person. In fact, she told me to call her mom when my mother and I were fighting. I was like, oh my god, what's crazy? I'll just never understand, you know? It will never make sense to me. So, that's all I got, really, for the story time. I'm just really scared. I cannot believe this person, especially right now during the holidays, is trying to appeal this to Supreme Court. Like, this person's so naive. Her lawyer is, like, this big, hotshot lawyer where we're from. We have an amazing attorney. He's so sweet. He was actually our attorney. He was our public defender during CYS case because we didn't have money. And then when she started suing us for custody, that's whenever we actually hired him as our attorney. Like, he does CYS cases for, you know, like, his profile and stuff like that. And he was just so sweet to us, and he was the only one who helped us. And my eyebrow pencil's wearing out, and I have to make sure I have brows today to go get a new brow pencil. So he's just so sweet. And he's won every case. Like, we have not failed. Thanks to him, you know? His argument in court, everybody stood up for him and, like, listened to him. Like, they do not like the little short shit that, this person has as her lawyer. And you know what's funny is her husband's not even suing us either. Well, number one, because he can't, because he's not their biological grandparents, and yeah. So, I'm just really upset about that, you guys. I thought I'd get on here and just talk about a couple things, like the channel, and, you know, I just want to keep a schedule and really, really start taking things just a little bit more serious. And everything like that. I care a lot. YouTube's my life, and that's another thing. This person hated that I was doing YouTube. They said that, like, I'm doing, like, straight up porn, and I'm just like, oh my god, like, I'm not doing porn. I don't do that stuff. Like, what I do is I try on my Patreon to integrate, like, you know, adult experiences into ASMR. If I wanted to do straight up adult work, I would do it, but no. The point is to express that anything can be felt through ASMR, and any experience. In fact, even experiences of trauma, people have gotten ASMR, maybe listening to the sound. I'm not even going to get into this, but just trust me when I say that it's a very real thing. So I have spent way too long on my brows. I just wanted to get a fill going on here. The brow over here is way thicker than this one, but that's all I got for now. So we're just gonna do the eyes now and finish up, and I'm gonna fix my brows later after the video, but let's see, where are my glasses so I could get this ready. So the brush, I only use one brush for my eyeshadow, and that is the Morphe M443 brush, because I showed you guys a while ago, I was like, you guys really need to help me, please find a brush that is this one, and I showed a similar brush and you guys could not find it. It was in an Ipsy bag in 2014 or 15. Today I'm going to use a Subculture palette. I'm going to do the same look I did yesterday. I don't do looks. I just try to look adequate to go out so I don't get made fun of. And I'm going to be using Mercury as a outer color, and then I'm going to use Dawn for the full lid. So I'm just going to put Dawn on. The only thing I don't like about Anastasia is their shades are constantly so crumbly, like they just shatter in your hands. Like a brush touches it and it just breaks apart. It's ridiculous, but they have good colors, so I'm not gonna complain. Well, I'm going to complain, and then I'm gonna continue using them because I'm a hypocrite. But yeah, I don't know, you guys, I just feel like today I'm not in it. I feel like really down. I really feel like you guys are with me right now. Like, I feel like I have so many people with me, and I do. Like, you guys are like my army, and I'm grateful for you. I always do, but alright, I'm gonna take Mercury and just put it on and I use my Sheets card. You can look it up, there's no information on it. But, you could steal my, free Snickers bar, I think I have on there, but I don't know. I just, you know, with this whole custody thing, I feel really alone. Like, I don't understand why this person feels like this is their new allegation. They say that since I have been involved in drugs in the past, which is before I had kids, this person says that, they're afraid that it's happening again, and they feel like they should be, for the kids' stability, involved in their lives. And I'm like, you really think, like, again, I will be in contempt of court. I don't care. This person will never see my kids. The army could show up at my house. I promise you. And it's just never gonna happen. It's just annoying that this person's even trying. And the other side. Okay, so you guys, can you tell me in the comments, why is my other eye always, like, lighter? Like, I can never get my other eye to match. I always have to add more eyeshadow on the other eye. I wonder if it's because the concealer, whatever it is, primer, like, dries up. I don't know what it is. It's weird. But today's look, I'm just gonna be in a messy bun. I just want to go get sushi, and I'm trying to find a winter coat, you guys. Oh my god. I've had this like red leather looking coat, and I just super desperately need like something bigger and warmer. I found this really, my husband calls them Girl Scout coats, and they're like really long green coats that puff out. And the one coat I had, it was from JCPenney last year. It had, alright, now this eye is darker today, it's so weird. But it had this little logo on it that looked like a Girl Scout logo, and he's like, you need to get your new Girl Scout winter coat. I'm like, shut the hell up. It was so funny. You know what's funny? It's like, I never called Victor my husband. Like, he was always just Victor. And nowadays, I call him my husband. Like, everywhere we go, I'm like, yeah, my husband, my husband, my husband. It's so weird. I don't know why. It reminds me of Seinfeld, where Elaine and Jerry and George are at a party. They're waiting for Kramer to come pick them up, and this girl's sitting next to Elaine. She's like, I have lost my fiancé. Where has he gone? My poor fiancé, poor baby. And she's like, maybe the dango ate your baby. And she's like, excuse me? And Elaine's like, maybe the dango ate your baby. You know what I mean? Like, it's so funny. Okay. So I feel like we have ruined the eyes here. I really gotta fix my brows, but here's what's going on with my eyes. And that is done. So all we gotta do now is the eyeliner, and I have a cold, by the way, don't worry, I'm not snorting drugs, but where's my eyeliner? Okay, I can't see anything, I'm legally blind without my glasses, no shit. Okay, so, and the reason I can't wear contacts is because they're always so, like, my eyes are real pointy, and as I get older, they're gonna get even pointier, so there's no contact that fits my eyes. So this is the Kat Von D ink liner. I hate this liner, I got the wrong kind. I like the felt tip, or not the felt tip, the brush or whatever. I don't know if that's the felt tip, but this is just crap. This is so bad. Oh my god, my eyes need picked at even more. So, okay. But yeah. So yeah, Victor calls it the Girl Scout coat. Alright. So I usually just do the eye first. Like, for example, I always do a cat eye. I've been doing cat eyes since I'm 14. I am literally the queen of cat eyes for hooded eyes. Like, I just know my eye. You know, with hooded eyes, you literally have to know your eye to do anything. But yeah, I'll just, like, draw on the line or whatever, and then I'll just do the cat eye from there. I'll do this hood first. And I try to match it up nowadays with my brows. Makes it look more professional. You're right. I just try to hide my previous drug use from all these years. With like a ton of makeup. Oh my god, the other day I was at Dunkin' Donuts coming home from Altoona, which is like an hour from me, it's this place. And, okay, so I've been going to Dunkin' for 11 years, like, way before I was on methadone or anything like that, and the same people have worked there, so I stopped going to Richland. So the Dunkin' Donuts, they all moved. Everybody who used to work at the Johnstown Dunkin' moved to Evansburg Dunkin', which is in between Johnstown and Altoona. Every day I stop and get my Dunkin' there on the way home, and this girl's like, I walk in one day, I have my makeup on, I have my hair down and curled, and this girl's like, oh my god, you look so pretty today. And I'm like, thank you. I'm like, I have my makeup on, that's probably why. She's like, yeah, you look bad without makeup. I'm like, what? I don't think she knew. I don't think she understood that she was being, you know, kind of like, oh my god. But I was like, oh Jesus Christ, you're right. But like, I cannot believe he told me. Oh my god, I did this way too low. Look at that. I gotta get this off. Oh my god. Come off. This stuff's waterproof too. That's why I hate it. I'm gonna have to fix all that, but hold on. But yeah, it's just so funny. Yeah, I messed all of this up. I don't know how I'm gonna fix this. I might be able to pass whenever I get my mascara on, but I don't think so. Come on, you can do it. Just bear with me, eyes. If I didn't have that one line sticking up, I would do it, but I think I can pass once I put on the mascara. And then the mascara I use, I hate. It is the Urban Decay Perversion mascara, and they changed the formula or something, because when I was using it in 2015 or 2016, it wasn't as wet as it is right now. Like, it's such a wet mascara, but I have long eyelashes. Like, I know it might not seem like it, but just trust me when I say that they're long. Every once in a while, I'll put it on my lower lashes like today. But, and then all the mascara slaps on my lid and ruins the eyeshadow. So I just keep putting it on to hide it. See what I mean? Whatever, though, I have glasses on, which is my advantage, so people don't get that close to my eyes. There is a bald spot in my left eyebrow right now. And that is it, my family. I will fix my brows now, I guess, but I do want to point out that so just letting you guys know that regarding the mattress, it's by a brand called Night Sleep, which you'll hear I did a voiceover and everything to add into today's video, and I'll add it in a moment. But yeah, thank you for sitting with me today. I've been so swamped lately. I've been wanting to do my role plays. Like, I have so many good, amazing role plays planned, like different ones that I'm putting my all into. And on, I think it was Friday, we got that packet in the mail of her trying to take us to Supreme Court. And, like, I swear to God, like 2 hours before that, I posted a picture of my kids and I. And right as I took that picture and posted it, Victor came in, he's like, you should probably read this. And I was like, you fucking bitch. But yeah, and that's all I got. Again, this person will never ever in their natural born life, which they're pretty much at the end of their life anyway, like they're not gonna live much longer. They had brain surgery, and she had like a small brain tumor, and we're thinking like that's why she did what she did, like taking my kids randomly to CYS. We think that that's why. It's because her brain tumor was making her act all weird. Like, did you ever hear of that? When people have like cancer in the brain and stuff, it really messes with them. So, yeah. And that is about it. I'm just gonna go over my brows later, before I leave, because I have to sit and upload this video after I'm done talking. And I don't have a lip on right now. My lips are so chapped, but I'm turning off the light. That is it. I think I did my foundation adequately. If not, I'm just gonna go over it with a brush. And so thank you guys so much again for being with me. I'll let you guys know, like in the description, always read the description. A lot of people forget that I don't just put a random description on. I always have like a planned one on, so just remember that. And with that being said, I am done with today's video. Thank you for being here for me, and thank you for always being my family, my real family. I only have my 2 children and my husband and you guys, and that's it. That's all I have in my life in this tiny little town, you know. So just thank you for being with me, and thank you for listening to me. And please, if you guys have prayers, whoever you believe in or love or care about with your higher power, just pray that this person just goes away. In whatever circumstance that may be, pray this person goes away. I'm tired of them stalking my kids and obsessing over kids that they haven't seen in almost 2 years, who hate them anyway. So I love you guys with all of my person, and here's the rest of the video with the mattress. I'll see you guys on Monday. Bye. So the mattress that I am doing my makeup on today is by a brand called Night Sleep. And Night Sleep is a mattress in a box company who kindly reached out and asked me to review their product, in which I agreed. This is not sponsored, so when the mattress came in the mail, the box was very damaged due to shipping, but it was perfectly airtight sealed, and they sent a little box cutter with it to open the mattress, and a packet, which you see here, that says thank you, and inside it shows everything about the mattress. So Night Sleep's products are hypoallergenic. they are eco-friendly, dust mite proof, and non-toxic. They have air gel technology, which basically means that you won't get hot sleeping on it. It's completely comfortable, and if you guys can remember, I was sleeping on a $500 Tempur-Pedic mattress that unfortunately kept me extremely hot at night and was an entirely huge waste of money. So it's just refreshing knowing that there are mattresses out there, especially as cheap as Night Sleeves. And when you open up the mattress, it immediately puffs up, and here are some ASMR sounds, which I really enjoyed, especially how quickly it puffed up. Me rolling around like a jackass on the mattress, just showing how firm it is, but at the same time comfortable. If you click the link in the description, you can get, again, $50 off your first mattress. This video was not sponsored, and I'm just super grateful that they chose me to review. And especially with ASMR, it is a great product to be proud to review, and this bed literally took 2 people to put sheets on because we're both idiots, so. And then here's us pretending to be a happy family, which we are, since Odin's coming in, but you know what I mean. So with that being said, thank you, Night